So today I'm making some pasta. I stopped by the farmer's market, pepperonata pasta. It's called pasheri, and I hope I said that right. But what they are, they're the wide tubes. You can stuff them. You cook them about 6 to 7 minutes, boil them, and then you can stuff them with a ricotta mix and smoked salmon. I'm going to make it so much easier than doing all the stuffing. We're going to just gently saute some chopped smoked salmon, and we're going to add it with some creme fraiche. I have some mushrooms and some spinach that I'm going to throw in. You can or you don't have to in this particular recipe. It's do what you want to do with this. If you don't want to use smoked salmon, which I recommend, is buying the tidbits because it's going to be a little bit less expensive and it already comes in chunks, but you can certainly try it with smoked trout or regular salmon even. But this is just a simple recipe, and creme fraiche is going to bring it all the way to the top. Okay, so I have my salmon trim, and like I said, you can use the more expensive cut, but I don't think you need to. I think it's easier when it's all broken apart like this in pieces. So we're going to add it to a pan just with about a teaspoon of olive oil. Now you'll notice in my recipe that I put on my suncoast.com that it calls for shallots, but I also have some great viewers that are very faithful, and they've asked, can I make some of the recipes without any type of onion product? Absolutely. So just to show you, I am going to go ahead and just quickly toss this in the pan. Then what I'm going to do is come over to this pan, because what I like to do is bump up the flavors. I love white pasta, I admit it. I know it's not healthy for me, but I try to balance it out by adding things like spinach and mushrooms, things that will really bump me up with the flavor. So I have my literally Popeye spinach here. So let's just give that a little saute. This has 1 teaspoon of butter and 1 teaspoon of olive oil. Now remember, mushrooms and spinach are what I call the flat foods as far as flavor profiles. So you need to give them a little bit of salt, not too much because it's going in with this smoked salmon, and the smoked salmon certainly has that sodium content. So we're going to let this just start to saute. Perfect. Whoops. Put that back in there. Now, as the smoked salmon is starting to come together, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a pinch of white wine. Even just a splash of Prosecco or champagne is great if you have a little bit left over. So now we're going to take this great tubular pasta, and remember what I said is we could whip it with ricotta cheese, this salmon, and we could stuff them. But I'm going to just make life easier for all our viewers out there and make this one of those dishes that you can get home from work and just whip it up in 20 minutes, okay? So that looks about the right amount of pasta for now. So let's get back to the pan with these veggies. And then I'm just going to kind of toss the pasta so we can coat it with the smoked salmon and with olive oil. Once this starts to come together and the wine has reduced down, the last step is we're going to add the creme fraiche and lots of lemon. So when I come back, I'm going to start working on my watercress salad with apple and a simple mustard vinaigrette that's going to be really good to counteract in this great creamy dish. So stay with me. I'm coming back in just a few minutes. So we have the smoked salmon in the pasta. Now we're going to add the creme fraiche. And the creme fraiche is so good because it's like sour cream, but then you have that richness of a heavy cream. So a little is going to go a long way. We don't have to do too much. For this amount, I probably use 2/3 of a container. I might add a little bit more. I'm going to bring the heat up just ever so slightly, because what I don't want to do is I don't want the creme fraiche to break, okay? So now we're going to take the sauteed mushrooms and the sauteed spinach, and that's going to go in. Oh, this looks so good, doesn't it? Now the last part of the pasta before I talk about this salad is a lot of zest of lemon, okay? So we're going to really, really bump this up with flavor, because salmon and lemon just go so well together. Oh man, there's so many extra things you can do in here. I could put in shrimp, I could put in some crab meat, but I just love smoked salmon. So I'm going to get back to putting in some more lemon. I have some whipped ricotta cheese over here, and that is going to go on the very top part. So I'm just going to stir in some fresh minced chives. And I'm going to add 1 little hit of lemon juice to it, okay? There we go. Now I'm going to get to the salad. a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, a good hard squeeze of fresh lemon. In fact, I'm going to do an entire lemon, so catch any seeds. There we go. And then I'm going to add some white balsamic vinegar and just a teeny touch of olive oil. I don't want too much in this. And I'll give the salad a hint of salt and pepper and we're good. I have watercress, I have apples, and I have cucumbers. So very light, very simple, okay? So just a little hit of salt and pepper. And then I'm going to get ready to plate. I'm going to pull the pan off the stove. I don't want any more heat on this delicious creamy pasta. And I'm going to be ready to pour the dressing on the salad. So when we come back, I'll have some lunch for Wendy and Scott.
And we are back with Judy Gallagher, and one of the things I smell right away is the lemon.
Yes,
Ooh,
exactly.
that's
because
nice.
you know, salmon and lemon go so well together. And think about it, I have layers of lemon because I have a lot of fresh lemon juice in the watercress salad, right?
Yes.
With the apple and the Dijon mustard. Then we have a little lemon juice, but a lot of zest of lemon that's bringing up that bright flavor of the pasta with the spinach and the mushrooms, and most importantly, the smoked salmon with little creme fraiche. And then I topped it with, I stirred in some chives. Again, if you're avoiding any type of the onion family, you don't have to put the chives, but I would put something in its place, like flat leaf Italian parsley, or maybe a little minced basil would be really nice. So you have that, but I've just fluffed up that ricotta. And this is not a light dietetic dish, but you don't need a lot.
No.
That's the key.
That is the key, and I'm with you. I do love the regular pasta.
Yeah, it's the best.
That is really great. And of
It's
course,
the
you can
best.
always get this recipe by going to our website. Check out the
mysuncoast.com/dining.
dining. It's the dining page. I get more tips on that. I have to say,
Great.
it's just wonderful.
Great.